Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Going on Daily Live. I'm your host, Becky, here with Miss JJ. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Good morning. How
Good
are you?
morning.
I feel like
Good.
I
How are
haven't seen
you?
you forever.
I know. I don't, have we even done a show, just you and I don't know
No,
if we
this is our
have.
first one. So it's gonna
Exciting.
be the best.
Yes, it's going to be the best show that's ever happened. Well, we've got a lot of really good topics today. Like, I've got
Yes.
some, I don't know, like celebrity drama. I've got really
Oh yeah.
dumb
Oh
purchases, which I hope this behind me, starts people thinking about what possibly you could spend your money on. That's like the dumbest. This is it. You've got some stuff about some drinks and something about the boogeyman. So I'm really excited to chat today
yeah.
and hear what's up. Before we dive into it, I will just let everybody know where they can find us. So, first off, Facebook. Oh, Danny. Good morning, Danny.
Good
Facebook,
morning.
you can find us. Type in Rhode Island Broadcasting into the search bar or RI Broadcasting, and you can follow along with 10,000 people over there. You can also send the show stars from there. They only cost a penny, so feel free to send them our way. And on YouTube at Rhode Island Broadcasting, you can click the little bell and subscribe over there. And finally, on Twitch, you can watch us live at RI_broadcasting, and you can support the show with bits over there. Of course, we're on all the social medias. Ron, don't know where he finds the time, but he does to have
Like,
all of the social
go
medias you can
Ron.
possibly think about. He's got MeWe, whatever that is. He's got TikTok, Instagram. He's got Space Hey, which is that blue one. And then
Is,
I always
is
forget the
is
name of
that
the
the one
other
that
one.
is the MySpace kind of comeback?
I think so.
Is
Yeah, Space
space hey.
Hey. Hey. Yeah, exactly. And then that butterfly, I want to say that butterfly is called Blue Sky, but I can't remember.
Yes,
I
it
think
is.
so. Yeah, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So you can follow all those and Patreon at RI Broadcasting. Of course, you can subscribe over on Patreon and get yourself some merch. And finally, on Twitter/X, whatever you want to call it, at Broadcasting RI. So there's lots of places that you can follow us. But those three I originally mentioned, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, you can watch us live over there. So diving right into it today, sober curious. It's a new trend.
Yes.
It's
So
very
I don't know if
interesting.
anybody's, heard, especially if you're in food and beverage, restaurant, hospitality, but it's a movement that's happening within the, that market, and it's this emerging
Mhm.
sober curious category of
Okay.
drinks, which are mocktails,
Mhm.
like low volume, low alcohol spritzers, but
Mhm.
then also the infusions of mushrooms,
Oh, what?
cannabis, hemp. Even
Interesting.
like Willie Nelson has like
Of course it is.
I think it's a hemp based liqueur, kind of all in this emerging, sober curious because. Well, I'm a Gen Xer, so we like our spirits forward establishments, but the younger generation coming in do not drink
They
as
don't drink.
much.
They vape
They
and
just
they do ecstasy, and that is it. They don't do
right,
anything else except for
right.
those.
So
Yeah.
all these restaurants and bars, they're like, wait a minute, they're having to add all these mocktail these additional kind of offerings to get
Mhm.
people because they still want to be social.
Of
They
course.
just don't want the alcohol, or they don't want to have the hangover, the effects of
Mhm.
drinking. So that's why these THC, these cannabis, these hemp based
Mhm.
beverages are coming out because you can kind of get the buzz
Right.
without the side effects of massive,
Right.
the
Without the
spins,
yeah, right, without the liver damage.
the
It's
liver.
it's
Yeah,
so
so it's like
interesting.
you get one of them. What caught my eye because I do all the stuff with
Yeah.
founders and entrepreneurs. There was one that was on Shark Tank, and it was a brand called All Saints, I
Mhm.
think, or it's All Saints. Um, and Little Saints, excuse me, not All
Little thing.
Saints. That's
Okay.
a clothing, that's a fashion brand. But
Okay.
Little Saints, and it's little can, but it's mushroom kind of THC infused. But she turned down one of the
Hmm.
offerings and she walked away because she was like, I know what the value is. I know where this category is going. I know
Wow.
what we've already sold today. So she's a female founder and just was
Well,
really bold. And she said, sorry,
no
guys,
dice.
I can do
Yeah,
this on my own. You guys want 30% of my company for like 500,000 that you want to, no, I can get that organically. So,
I love that.
um, so
I
yeah,
just
she is,
I just
she's
Googled
kind of
them.
paving the way of,
Yeah,
uh,
why not?
um,
Because then you get to fit in. I was actually having this conversation with my husband last night because he's like, "What alcohol do you want for this camping weekend?"
oh,
And I'm like, "Yeah, it's May long weekend. Everyone drinks on May long weekend. That's what I've always done forever." And I'm like, maybe I don't want to drink this weekend. Maybe because I'm like, I don't know. You see me trying to take pills here. Like
right,
I'm actively trying to
right.
heal my body post cancer. And I'm like, am I going to undo everything I've been working so hard for
Yeah.
by just sitting around not even a campfire, sitting around camping and drinking? So that I'm like, maybe there's some other option. I often will have, do you guys do bubblies there? Do you have bubbly?
Yeah,
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 I often will just drink those. But I mean, they're kind of boring. There is something to say about like having a couple cocktails.
right. And little spritz and make it feel.
Yeah,
So
a
you'll
little
love the.
fancy.
There's a brand called Soberish Giggle.
Soberish, okay.
That might be fun. Or the Curious Elixirs,
Curious
which is a not, totally
elixirs.
non-alcoholic. It's more of a botanical, so it looks like a little spritzer in a glass, but it's completely non-alcoholic. But
That's interesting.
yeah, I've been so intrigued with this category because I'm
Yeah. Like, I
holding an
wonder if they taste
event.
good.
Oh, what'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said, I wonder if they taste good. They
Well, that's
must.
what I've been so curious because I
Sober
don't see it.
curious.
There's only like one or two restaurants in Little Greenville that are really experimenting and exploring this
Mm,
category. But I know a lot of other restaurateurs are playing into it. So I'm holding an event on Monday for kind of a female founder group, finding your joy kind of a thing. What's your
that's
personal
fun.
style? One of those kind of like a intimate kind of exploration of finding our voice.
Hmm.
But in combination, I am gathering all these. I think I bought like 6 or 7 different brands of sober curious. Some are one's mushroom based, one is cannabis and hemp, and
Mm,
others are just pure non-alcoholic, kind of botanical. But we're going to
right.
do a little tasting
That's
with.
fun.
So I'll let you because I'm also curious of.
Right.
So I'm curious about the sober curious.
Totally. I actually Googled it while you were chatting, and I see here, oh, sorry, I Googled Little Saints.
Yes.
And so the one I clicked on was spicy margarita. Like anytime I see anything spicy margarita, I buy it. This says it's made with lime, jalapeno heat, orange blossom, and a hint of bubbles, enlivened with reishi mushrooms to soothe the spirit. So, fun fact about reishi mushrooms is that I was taking them, post chemo radiation because they actually are very helpful for
Ooh.
lessening the side effects of radiation. And actually, no, I wasn't taking them in chemo. I was only taking them in radiation. But they're supposed to lessen the effects of radiation. So, fun fact
I
about
love
reishi
it. Well,
mushrooms.
that's one of the ones I'm picking up. So I will
Okay,
let you
let me know
know.
how that is. I also Googled sober-ish because that's a hilarious name. And they have these things called the Happy Can. And it says this is the perfect box for anyone trying to try hemp-derived products. And then they have like 8 different things that they put into the box. So it's not letting me confirm that I'm 21 or older, which, obviously it's because I'm 20.
Yeah.
But yeah, I can't really like get into the website, but it looks like it's got these little shots. So I don't know if they're like energy drinks
Ooh.
and then like cans. Now, I do find that that's like a huge thing right now too, is like you're not drinking, but these kids will double fist the energy drinks, which I mean, like if
With
you're not hurting your liver, you're hurting your heart. So I'm
right.
like,
With your 8 cups of espresso in
yeah,
one drink.
yeah, exactly. You got a vape in one hand, you got your energy drink in the other hand. Life is good. You just popped a Molly, all is good in the Gen Z
Yeah.
world.
Well, I tried to order the Willie Nelson's
Oh, yeah.
drink. It's
Yes.
on back order. Like it is,
Whoa.
it sold out.
Mm.
They have a waiting list, but also the bottle's really cool. So
Yeah.
I want to get it for Mr. Nelson's.
I mean, a
So
celebrity puts his name on something, you're gonna have it, especially someone like Willie Nelson, right?
right,
If people are thinking they're gonna get high as a kite drinking it, they're buying it,
exactly. And and I'm sure his is a cannabis infused
of course.
liqueur.
Now, I've tried a couple years ago, I went to because weed stores are everywhere here. I've got like 20 in my town alone. Um, I tried CBD drink.
Oh,
So this whatever, infused, whatever it is. I don't really do great on CBD. It makes me feel like I'm actually hungover. But I found nothing. Like it didn't taste like anything. It didn't feel like
what
anything.
was it? Was it like a juice based
It
or?
was it was like a spritzer, like a seltzer kind of deal. And yeah, I felt nothing from it. I was, like, expecting to, like, I don't know, feel something, like my
Yeah,
joints would stop hurting or something, but no, I didn't feel anything. So maybe I'll pick something up. I'll go to the weed store today. I will pick something up,
that's right.
something infused, and then I will try it. Now, a friend of ours, him and his wife owned a cannabis store,
Ooh.
um, up until recently, and they were bringing in all kinds of weird products, teas, cannabis
Oh, I
infused
could see
teas,
that. Yeah, we're
potato
also going to
chips.
taste another founder is bringing. She is the founder of Feels, FELLZ. It's a gummy
Ooh, I don't like
product.
gummies.
So we're also going to sample those as well.
Okay.
It's going to
I
be a joyous evening of introspection, finding our
I
voice.
yeah,
So when we
exactly.
sample
Everyone's
some
gonna
of
feel really
these,
emotional. Yeah. I think, like, for me, again, 'cause, weed has been decriminalized and legal since 2017. Obviously, everyone was doing it long before that.
right?
And so but, I mean, you can go buy gummies or whatever at any time. The only ones I've ever tried are ones that people have made, unregulated ones with a weird concentration of THC in them, and I'm not well on them. I have to put myself to bed, and it's like paranoia city. So,
So only
um,
take like a little a quarter of
I
a
won't even
gummy.
do that now. I won't do it anymore because I'm just too scared of
Yeah.
that paranoid feeling where I'm in
Well,
bed like this.
now you got me worried.
Well, if yours are regulated and someone didn't make them in their basement, like, I'm sure you're probably okay because there's
Yeah.
certain, spec that they have to hit in order to
Ah,
market these things. So I wouldn't worry about that. Just don't go, uh, just don't
just
go
don't go
basement
like
gummies and you're good.
mystery Jello shot.
Yes, exactly. What is Ron
Walter
saying here?
White.
There are 4 people that you listen to when it comes to weed: Willie, Snoop, Cheech, and Chong. That's true. Yeah, you're
That is
right.
true. That's
You're
right.
you're
So
right.
we got to try Willie's drink. He should sponsor this show. Come on,
He
Willie.
should. We'll talk about it all the time. Although Ron is saying until they make non-alcoholic whiskey or vodka, he's not buying
He
it.
not alcoholic whiskey.
Listen, that would just
Well,
be
that little
grain
saint
juice.
has like an old fashioned
Oh,
very
really?
a flavor. I'm gonna try it because
Okay.
old fashioned's my
Yeah,
game.
if you're into like that smoky, sort of sweet but bitter, I don't even know
Yeah.
how to explain it, whatever it is. Very cool. Well, I like this. I'm very interested, sober curious. I
So
think I might
we're curious. I'll report back next week
please do.
on how
Yeah.
it was.
I
Uh,
think I might try sober curious this weekend and let you guys know what I come up
yeah.
with.
Try
I'll
the
save the can.
soberish, the
Yeah, I
giggle.
mean, if Canada even has that, it's hard to say, but we'll try. Canada likes to drink, so it's probably just all alcohol. Everything is
That's right.
alcohol.
Like, stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yes, I love it. All right, so let's dive into this topic. This is some celebrity drama.
Ooh.
I don't care anything about celebrities by any means, but when I see drama, I remember that
Oh,
there's
I know. Like me, and I'm on I'm on Team Justin with the Justin and
yeah, right?
versus Blake.
Blake,
Like,
yes, of course. I know. I can't believe that's still going on. It's wild. Yeah, I don't care at all about celebrities, but when they have drama, I'm like, okay, these are real people,
yeah.
right? And so in this case, this involves Steve Wynn, owner of the Wynn Group. If you've ever been to Las
Oh
Vegas, there's
yeah.
Huge. Wynn is a big name.
Wynn is huge. Yeah.
You've got
They own
MGM, you've got
Vegas.
Caesars, and you've got Wynn. Okay, these are three huge players in Las Vegas. So Steve Wynn was allegedly so upset with his stepson. So the stepson's name is Nick Hissam. I guess Nick Hissam is into music now. He's making music.
Okay.
He came out with a music video recently. It was so bad that Steve Wynn kicked him out of the family's apparently. That's how
Because
bad it is.
because he was like, you're an embarrassment because
Like
of your music.
embarrassing. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So it says, I don't know, it says that there's tension between him and his parents. Now, the boy, I'm saying a boy, his stepson, he's 32 years old. What is
Oh,
he
I was
doing
like,
living
how
in
old
his
is he?
parents'? Well, what is he doing living in his stepdad's mansion? Okay, at 32. At least let
It's
your
like
dad buy you a
he is a
mansion.
boy. Let's just be honest. He is
Yeah,
a
I
boy.
suppose. In Hollywood years, yeah, he's like 14.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
He's no
Uh,
man.
so I guess the son, Nick Hissam, has created a music video for his song "So Cool, Babe." Even that just sounds terrible. But the video was so racy. It features pool makeouts, a threesome shower scene, appearances from OnlyFans stars, a porn star, an influencer, and a model. And it, like in this picture here, it looks like two guys are going at it. And it says that,
He was like, he got on the Diddy trail.
yeah, totally. Well, he is wearing a white shirt in this picture that I'm seeing. Yeah, I don't know. I guess Steve was pissed, okay? He's like, "I'm Steve Wynn. I have a name. You're not gonna be making out with 3 people in a shower on So
Right.
Cool, Babe." Like, why does this guy even need a music career, quite honestly? But it says that Page Six covered the release, while New York Magazine did an entire profile on this boy, 32-year-old boy.
Boy.
Uh,
That's right.
so he and Cameron Ramirez, his fiance of 2 years, and an art world business partner, apparently they had a big breakup. So this guy's like, "Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make out with a bunch of people on on camera. I'm gonna have a dirty threesome, and I'm gonna make a music video about it." So it sounds like Steve Wynn and his wife Andrea, so the mother of this boy, are furious with their son, and that's why they say they kicked him out. Here, take
Yeah.
your
Well,
$80 million and
take
get
his
out.
trust fund and let him
Listen,
like
take your
live on his
Ferrari and
own.
drive to the Waldorf Astoria. No, drive to a Wynn hotel,
Right.
obviously. So, yeah, I don't know. I guess Steve Wynn and his wife are not talking about it. Reps have tried to contact him. They're not
Mm.
responding, obviously. I mean,
It's
it's
like
family
a
drama.
it's did you watch Schitt's Creek? Are
Yes,
you
of
a Schitt's
course.
Creek fan?
Of course. Yes, I'm Canadian. I have to.
So it's like the Alexa, the uh, where
Yeah,
she was
like,
like, we even was it Miley Cyrus even fired them or something like
yes.
we tried to have her album and it was just so bad we had to bury it.
That's funny. I don't remember that part, but I need to rewatch it. So one of these sources claims that the staff at the LA home where he was kicked out of had packed all of this boy, again, I say boy so loosely, his things into the car and then moved the car onto the street. Now the boy is denying that he's been booted, telling everyone that it's untrue. However, he has posted multiple social media images of himself in a hotel room, probably his dad's hotel room. Okay.
Right. Oh my goodness, the silver
Yes.
spoons.
Yes.
Yeah.
It says that he's staying at the hotel rather than the $75 million family mansion because he's hunkering down with work and he needs space for his team. I'm sorry, you don't have space in your $75 million mansion?
Right.
There's not a wing you could go live at? Yeah, living at the casino, you don't think the Wynn or the Encore is like a massive
Right.
hotel? There's surely rooms
Live in the
there.
pool house like
Yes.
shun.
Yes. So what he was saying is that I dropped the raciest video of the summer. Did it cause tension? Sure. But name me a family dinner table that hasn't seen tension sometimes. Bottom line, I love my family and they love me. So it says that it was too X-rated for social media. That's how bad it is.
Oh
So, I
yeah.
mean,
So it's only
obviously,
like on Patreon or something
I think like
or
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Yeah, exactly. Like again, You're Steve Wynn's stepson. Why do you need OnlyFans, my friend? Your mansion is
Like,
$75 million. It's not even like their net worth is 70. This guy's a billionaire.
right, right.
So he says it was a classy, proper mainstream production. It wasn't shot on my iPhone in my house. I see it as a great celebration of LGBTQ culture and icons. What it is an orgy, it's a gangbang. His parents are like, you're disgusting because, like, keep our name out of the media,
uh,
for the wins. They're pissed. I could see it. I'm a parent. You're a parent. I'd be pissed.
I know.
And my name is nothing.
I mean, like, you're 32. Move on.
Yeah, literally. Go have orgies in your own time.
Right.
Not on camera,
Get
thanks.
not on our house. No.
Yeah,
Move along.
right. Not in our $75 million pool. That's for
Right.
sure.
In our 80,000 square foot house. Move
Yeah,
along.
exactly. Move along to one of our other houses, other residences. So anyway, I
Because
just thought that
he's
was
got
funny.
multiple. Like, these people don't
Of
have just one
course.
house.
Yeah, you're not just living in LA. Guaranteed he's got a Las Vegas house. He's literally one of the owners of Vegas. So, like,
Right.
and I'm
Ah,
sure in Europe and I'm sure in somewhere Caribbean. He's got houses all over the world. Go there and bang your buddies. I don't know. Should we tell Kenny not to do his video? Is he making an Only? Oh yeah, we have been saying for a while that Kenny's going to do OnlyFans. I don't know if he loves the idea of it, but anyway,
He's going to do an OnlyFans
I
video
don't
or
know.
just like
We're putting
get
it on
into
our
the feet fetish game.
we're putting it on our Patreon. So if you want it, all right, broadcasting on Patreon.
Feet finder.
Feet finder, yeah, my kids always talk about that. They're like, I can just take pictures of my feet. I'm like, these are children's feet, so they don't know the difference. I'm like, I guess, like, but like my kids won't even take their socks off. Like sandals, socks, 30 degrees, so 90 degrees outside, socks. This is what they do now.
With Crocs.
Oh, well, one wears Crocs, one wears Birkenstocks. Yeah, same difference. Anyways, I thought that was a funny story.
That
Ridiculous. It just
is,
makes you think like what the rest of the world lives like. The 1% that is not us. This is what they fight over.
it is that sounds like a episode of a TV or a start of a movie.
Oh, totally. Like it's crazy that that's real life. But
Right.
anyway, for the rich and famous, I guess.
That's right.
All right, tell me about the boogeyman
Okay.
here, or boogeymen plural. Ron wrote
So
boogie. Oh no, man. Never mind, singular.
so crazy. So I've been in Kansas City all week.
Mhm.
I got in about whatever 1 a.m. last night. But I was on the news. They
Oh,
were showing like the hot news of the week was um, maybe the boogeyman is real. Maybe So the story is there was a babysitter taking care of watching a few kids, and the 7-year-old was like, I'm scared. I
mm,
think the boogeyman's real. Will you check my closet and under my bed? So
no,
the babysitter was like, yeah, whatever. You always, but I'll do the check. And so they went, and as she went under the bed, there was a guy
no.
under the bed.
This was something that happened a few months ago too. This seems to be happening a lot more
Oh,
often. Terrifying. This is what trauma is from,
terrifying.
okay?
So the
Mhm.
babysitter like, oh my god, she like grabbed the kids, ran out, called the police. So apparently it was a 27-year-old who had been incarcerated. That was his old house,
Mm.
and he didn't know that his family had moved out because he broke in and then realized
And then so he was just
that it wasn't
hiding.
his family's house. So he like had been hiding under the bed for
Now,
days, like, and only
days,
coming out when nobody was there. And at night he was sleeping under that bed. So
like I could see, okay, completely harmless. You did something that you thought was actually your house. You got into
right,
it. You realized it wasn't your family's house.
and
So
then
like,
started squatting.
yeah, so why didn't you leave?
Right,
I would have been like, "Come out. I'm sorry. I'm in your house. I thought it was my parents' house." Yeah, you would have
right,
been in trouble, but or at least
but
snuck out if they left. They're not there 24/7.
right, and squatting under a child's bed.
Yuck. Yuck. That's
So
like
can
that's
you
pedo
imagine
behavior is what
the
that is.
trauma of
No,
that
I
poor
can't.
kid? Ugh,
Yeah, like they are honestly going to think that there is such thing as
they're
boogeymen
monsters under
or
our bed. The boogeyman is real. This
yuck.
is, yeah. Nightmares.
That
Nightmares.
is nightmare fuel for sure. I mean, I remember when my kids were little and my mom would say, when your kids say, "Oh, there's monsters in my closet, under my bed, whatever," don't don't check, because if you check, you're
They'll be
confirming
real?
to well, no, not that, but like you're confirming to your kids that it's a possibility that it's real. You
Yeah.
know, if I'm like, let me check for monsters, I'm telling my kids that monsters are real. So then I would never check. But can you imagine
No,
me,
I can
single mom, my two young
I
kids looking under the bed? Mm-mm,
no, because
no.
the movie Halloween was like my traumatized when I watched that
Oh
when
yeah.
I was younger. That for real, fast forward, decades later, I'm married and we're searching for homes. And I refuse to live in a white house because everybody in Halloween, all this, they died in white houses.
Yeah,
So I
naturally.
refuse to even live in a
I mean,
white
the trauma
house.
from just a video from when you were a child. Now, imagine a real life situation.
Right? Like
Yuck. Yeah,
somebody,
no.
I go look under the bed and somebody's there. Yeah, that would be
Mm-mm.
um,
So what do you
damage.
do? I mean, that's where fight or flight or freeze comes
Right.
in. Do you
Well, it was
fight?
like
I
that
mean, obviously,
babysitter
well,
grabbed,
she
like,
flight, right?
flight, like immediate. Get the hell out of the house.
I feel like that's sort of everyone's initial response, but like, what about the fight? You know, what about the fight people? And then they
Right.
grab this guy and they kill him because he's under their child's
That could have
bed. Like,
happened. I mean, think about it. If it
yeah,
was like
literally,
a parent there or somebody, people would have gone and got their gun and shot him. Like,
literally. Is this in the
totally.
States, you said? Is it where in the States is this?
Oh, what happened? It was in Kansas City.
So is that a big gun place, Missouri? Do they like their guns?
Yeah, I mean, it's Midwest, and
Okay, they
absolutely,
like
I
guns.
think
Yeah.
there would would have been people that would have some, not just firearms, but shotguns, rifles,
Exactly.
and yeah,
I mean, he's lucky he wasn't in Greenville, am I right?
correct. If it would have been in
Because
South Carolina,
listen, I got some
uh,
family in South Carolina, and I know what their
that's
reactions would
we
be.
over-index in gun ownership here.
Yes. I so again, my family is down there. You know them. They're Canadian, so they don't have the guns.
Right.
However,
All their neighbors do.
my
Yeah.
cousin's fiance has all the guns.
Yeah.
He has no big deal pulling that thing out. And which is in Canada, it's wild. Like that would never that's not a thing here.
That's
And
right.
so when he comes up to visit and he says these things, I'm like, "What? You just have it
Exactly.
on you? Just on your person?" Like
Right. There.
wild to me.
I had a media rep once, decades ago. She, from here, born here, and I was always. She carried a teeny tiny little pink pistol in her bra, in her bra
Cute. In her
at all
bra?
times.
What
And I
if it
was
went off?
like, why?
Yikes.
Why are you? She goes, you never know. I always carry it. It was
I
like
mean,
a.
that's true. You don't ever know. I
You
just feel
don't
like if
ever know.
somewhere in Canada, because it's not legal to, conceal carry or have it on you or whatever, if you shot someone even in self-defense, you'd be in trouble for it, right? Which it sucks. Someone's trying to attack you. What are you supposed to do? Let them?
Right.
Someone's
Yeah.
broken into your house, is under your
It would have
kid's
been
bed. You
justified
let
here.
them? Totally. Ron is saying in Texas, that guy would have
It would
been
have been
Swiss
Swiss. Oh, for
cheese.
sure. Yeah.
Yes.
Because, like I said, if you're a gun owner, typically you don't just have a gun. You've got
No.
like
Guns,
a gun
plural.
safe, gun closet.
Yes. Crazy. See here, like we are allowed non-restricted or
Do,
some non-restricted.
is it in Canada where you have to keep your guns like in a gun club,
Oh yeah,
and you
like in a
that's where you
case.
can't keep them in your house, right?
You can, but it has to be locked up. So it has to be in
Okay.
a gun safe or a gun box, and it has to have a lock on it. So I mean, like a lock isn't super convenient if someone's trying to break into your house, right?
Right.
If
You
someone's
just
under your bed, you're not
get
like,
that.
yeah, exactly. And the former prime minister's government made it so a lot of these guns were no longer allowed any of these restricted firearms. He was trying to take back. A lot of people were burying them in their yards. So I don't know. Like, I'm in Alberta, it's the Texas of Canada, so, a lot of people were very unhappy with this decision. So, not that we're concealed, like, no one's got a handgun or anything around here, but
Right.
we're not carrying
But
them in our
an
purse.
AR, little automatic rifle, the
Yeah,
AR-15.
exactly. I mean, there's a lot of
Bury
hunters
those in their
here, right?
backyard.
Yeah, literally. I know a lot of people who have. So, I don't know.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy. Okay, well, that's a gross story, so thanks for that.
Sorry. I just was sitting there going, "Oh my god, I would have been traumatized." Like the Halloween
Yeah,
movie
literally.
completely uh,
Yeah, wrecked
is
you
still
as a
marked
human
on me
being.
today.
Yeah, of course it is. Oh, crazy. Okay, well, let me calm you down a little bit here.
Okay. Oh, good,
Let's
good,
talk
good.
about stupid people. People who have
Stu-
too much money. Now, we were just talking about the Wynn family, clearly too much money. Now, let's talk about people who have spent their money on stupid things. Now, last episode I did with Tony, we had talked about a dumb purchase. Now, there was a sculptor from Italy. He made a sculpture that was invisible, sold it for $18,000.
what? Hold on. Back up.
Yeah, yeah,
Tell me
invisible.
this story.
Italian sculptor, renowned Italian sculptor, created an invisible sculpture, sold it for $18,000 at the
So, like the
market.
Emperor's New Clothes kind of a
Yeah, that's
scam.
exactly what Tony said. Yes. So sold it for 18 grand. I think it was 15,000 euros he sold it for. And it was like, I don't know, social commentary, blah, 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 matter in space. And God is, you can't see God, but stuff like that. Someone bought it. So these are dumb purchases. So it got me
Yeah.
thinking
Somebody
more.
needed a tax write-off.
Yeah, literally. I mean, if you got 18 grand to spend, you could even like donate it to charity and like they could write,
Right.
you
And
could get a
here's your
tax write off for that.
invisible. I bought you nothing.
Yeah, and he said that you had to store it in a 5 by 5 box on a stand in your house. You had to display it. That was part of the clause of buying this invisible sculpture.
So
So
you're
just
buying a
yeah,
glass
well, you
box.
probably have to buy that separately. I'm guessing. You probably don't get it with the box. So here you go. Here's your sculpture. Oh wow, it's really beautiful. You spent a long time on that. Just stupid. So
It's
someone bought
beautiful.
it and it's dumb. So it got me thinking, what other dumb things do people buy? So behind me, you see this is a paperclip. No, it's a little bit embellished.
Right.
It's shiny. It's got the Prada logo on it. There is such a thing as the Prada paperclip. Now,
What?
they call it a money clip, but it's a paperclip and it goes for $185. It's a paperclip, you guys. If you want to
Is
hold your
it
money in
is
something
it
other
just
than a wallet,
a big fat paper clip,
I
or
don't
is
think
it
so. I
like
think it's the same size, probably like a big one, like the probably like that long.
that you could basically get the
Yeah, it's
at
Staples.
Staples,
Yeah.
the jumbo for?
Yeah, or like the dollar store, like a
Yeah,
pack of 200 for a buck. Yes. $185, people.
crazy.
It is made of silver and it is 6.5 centimeters in height. So that's like 3 inches. So like that's not very big. That's a lot of money to spend on a paperclip. But it
Yeah.
has the word Prada engraved on it. So naturally, I want
Oh,
that.
of
Like if I
course.
saw somebody with their money held up in a paperclip, I think you broke ass. Like get yourself a
I've got a
wallet.
really I've got a really cool one that's like gold. It's about that big.
Hmm.
It doesn't have Prada on it, but it's much more stylish than a
Yeah,
teeny
exactly. Then
tiny
a
one.
paperclip. I
But
know.
I spent
Ridiculous.
$2 on it at Michael's.
Perfect. No, just think you could have got 90 of them for the same cost. So
No kidding.
yeah,
Who
craziness.
is buying that?
I don't
Come
know.
on, who's buying
I
that?
obviously it was a market because they made it. There's people out there who would just buy anything that has a brand name on it, you know. Here's another one, a Gucci swimsuit that you cannot swim in, $490.
What is it
It's
made
cute.
of? Paper?
Let's see here. It's cute, chic white swim piece. It has the Gucci's iconic logo, scoop back, crossover straps. You can't swim in it because it's not waterproof and chlorine shouldn't come into contact with this type of fabric. It does not say. But like, what are you doing in it? Just laying in the sun, I guess.
I guess.
What's the point of that?
So what would happen if it
Got
got
wet,
wet?
just like melts off.
Like
I don't know.
paper.
Yeah,
Was it
exactly.
like
Yeah, exactly. Here's another very stupid one. Here is a bookmark.
pray for rain? Run.
Right. Yeah, totally. A bookmark. So, that's a tiny little piece of cardboard,
Piece of paper.
poster board, whatever. Yes. $370. Now it doesn't give me a lot of information about it, like who the brand was, why it's so expensive. But yeah,
Right.
$370 is what a bookmark sold for recently. This one's cute,
It
although
better
very
read for
overpriced.
you.
Yeah, literally, it has like a light on it. It's like
And it's
audible, whatever.
audio. It's reading.
Yeah, hopefully. This one, how much would you spend on a toaster? Like, what's the absolute max you would spend on a toaster?
If it's like air fryer and toaster,
No, just toaster.
just toast.
Mhm.
$50 maybe.
Yeah, literally. Okay,
Yeah.
well, there is a Dolce& and Gabbana toaster. It's actually cheaper than I expected for Dolce& and Gabbana, $850. Now,
What?
it's a collaboration with the Smeg brand, which I don't know why anything would name their brand Smeg, but
Like, yeah, no kidding. That's terrible.
isn't it awful? And it's painted this like really cool kind of design. I don't know if you can see it. It's like real ornate, but yeah,
But
$850
you're gonna
for the,
put in
you're gonna put bread in. Your $2
but not only that,
bread.
it's like these are the homes too that it's going into that most people have an appliance closet.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's
It's
never
just
even gonna be seen.
and these celebrities, these rich people, they're not eating bread.
Yeah.
They're not eating toast, you guys. So
It better be gluten free or made out of cauliflower.
yeah, it has to be. Otherwise, it's not going in my toaster. I know. It seems to be all these
$800. That's crazy.
$850. Yeah. Oh, here's another one. A Louis Vuitton jump rope has sold for $850 also. A product of high-end fashion, creates a sense of luxury even with exercise equipment. And also the name of the jump rope is Christopher, as like a total aside. I don't know. Seems
Did you say
odd.
Christopher?
Yeah, this is my Christopher jump rope. I don't know. Why do rich people do the things they do? Nobody knows.
Yeah. Versus like, Harold or something.
Yeah, exactly. Christopher. It's very like
Uh,
he's royal.
Louis Vuitton. I named my
Yeah.
rabbits. I've named my two rabbits. One is Louis and the other one's Vuitton.
Oh, that's cute. I love that.
That's my only connection to Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, I'll never own a bag, and I'm
I won't ever
perfectly
own
okay
it.
with that. But
It's just to me that's
I
it's
have better
silly.
things to spend my money on. I'd rather
Yeah,
buy 10 pairs of pants than one pair of pants.
right.
So this one is interesting. This is what makes our show sometimes not PG. Okay. The golden dildo sold for $50,000.
Is it golden?
It's gold, yeah. Apparently it's from Gwyneth Paltrow.
Wow.
It
So a
says
little
that
goop in there.
she there would be. She reveals how to keep our sex lives interesting. She suggests her fans buy this 24 karat dildo worth $15,000.
Well,
Okay.
that should bring some magic and pleasure.
Like, I mean,
$15,000 worth.
like plastic will do the trick also.
Right.
You don't need 24
It
karat
better
gold.
buy me
That's for sure.
dinner too.
Listen, if it buzzes, it does not matter what that material is. Anyways, this is a PG show. Here's one that's really stupid.
Well, you brought up Schmeg first.
That's the nice thing about a dildo is that you're not getting the smeg from it. Yuck. Gross, Ron. You're gonna have to edit this.
Sorry, Ron.
Oh yeah, it's
Sorry,
live. Never
Ron.
mind. Sorry, Ron. Sorry, Dad.
It's like, we're going south. Bring it back.
Listen, sometimes wow, he says. Sometimes we have a more adult audience. I don't think kids are in school. Kids are in school, they're fine.
I think we lost Danny a long time ago.
Yeah, Danny's in and out. He'll be around. Okay, this is weird. Guinea pig armor.
What?
So a pig armor gained
Like a
fame.
guinea pig.
Yeah, like that little rodent
The
thing.
little.
Someone put on eBay and the internet went crazy. This is 2013. It may sound funny to you, but it got many bidders and it finally sold for $24,300.
What? And it's a little outfit for a guinea pig.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Did he have a little sword?
I hope so. Like, I hope it was very ornate, but I don't know. eBay, man. Okay, this is another good one here. Let me try and get out of your way.
Oh, what is that?
This is a diamond encrusted tea bag. Now it only went for 14,000. I'm actually shocked by this, but it was studded with 280 diamonds. It isn't chamomile or Earl Grey. It doesn't actually say what it is. I think it's just black tea. But yeah, it's a popular tea brand. It's made by Boodles Jewelry or
Do you
Jewelers.
refill it with
I don't think
your
so.
tea leaves, or is it like a one-time use and
I
toss?
I don't know. I'm just thinking like what if you're swallowing it, you
Ugh,
know? I don't
the
I
creator
don't
should be teabagged. Ron, that's a dirty word.
Listen, it started with when we're talking about gangbangs and now it's just taking a deep
Now,
dive.
now we're talking about teabagging.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, there's so many good ones on here. Like this might need to be a part 3 on this. Uh diamond encrusted toenail clippers.
Ah,
Guess how much they
why?
went for?
Why?
What do you think? How much do you think they went for?
Diamond encrusted toenail. I'm gonna say 20,000.
$1 million.
What?
Yeah. It's gifted to Prince George on his first birthday. It features 350 individual diamonds, and many craftsmen spent nearly 10 weeks designing it and making
How
a
big were the
luxurious
diamonds on
nail
this
clipper.
thing?
If you are, yeah, exactly. If you're not convinced that the royal family is like the richest, think about their $1 million toenail clipper. Okay, let's do one more here.
Gross.
Okay, a dog collar. Okay, we have dogs. We love
Oh,
dogs. We want them to look
2
super
million.
cute.
2 million
3.2 million. So 52 carat diamond studded collar that contains 160 hand diamonds in a chandelier design.
for a little poodle,
For a little guy, they
little
have it
chihuahua.
with like a papillon, but yeah, same difference here. Like I can't even wrap my head around this. Okay, I'm gonna do one more because this is really stupid. Now it's not in the millions by any means, but a hot dog, just a
Like
wiener,
that you eat.
and like hot dog isn't wagyu or Kobe or anything like that.
Right.
It's lips and
Yeah.
foreskins, okay? Like it's nastiness. This hot dog is not made of gold or diamonds. No, it's just a 12-inch long hot dog. You can get them for $1 at Costco. Um, oh, it is wagyu though. It is wagyu, but still, uh, it's enriched with black truffle. The hot dog sits between a toasted brioche bun slathered with organic truffle butter
Someone's
and a
selling this for $100.
2,300. But again, it's a hot dog.
It's a hot dog that you're gonna
I don't
eat.
care if it's wagyu. It's still mushed up into a
Right.
nasty tube.
Is it garnished with
It's truffle.
caviar?
No,
Like
just
what is?
truffle.
Why is it
I
so
don't know.
expensive?
I don't know. I don't understand why people do the things they do.
Yeah, I spend my money differently.
Totally. 100%. Like bills. I pay bills.
Pay bills. Yeah.
Things like that. Oh well, anyways, I will save the rest for another episode because there's a
Oh,
lot
that's
more
a good
really
one.
stupid
I'm gonna have to.
purchases.
I'm
But
gonna have to look up some dumb purchases.
yeah, so dumb. Like who has the money for a $2,300 hot dog? I don't get it. The rest of us just trying to survive. You got so many people in America and Canada can't even afford rent. Wild. Anyways, let's talk about the sewers. If you want to live somewhere,
Oh
don't live
yeah.
in the sewers.
So you know the urban legends, right? Of like, don't put to your,
Yeah.
alligators or anything like flush them down the toilet
Yeah,
with
of
the baby,
course.
because
Yes.
they might be lurking
Yes.
in the sewers. So apparently, Florida, the wastewater treatment did a study and have been, uh, for safety reasons, had to measure, calculate, or report on the
Mhm.
number of alligators that they do find in the system. They
No.
have to do all these extra safety protocols of, if you work with the wastewater treatment people, you can't just go into the sewers, like, because you never know what's going to be lurking down there.
Oh my gosh.
And there's like 8 foot, 15 foot alligators
No.
in the sewers,
Wow.
just
Yuck.
all over Florida.
And how did they get there? Like not just from Flushing. Like
Not for, but I'm
are
sure it's
people
like
just
that, as they, little bit, they go down the sewer, the storm drains, and
oh my
then they
word.
grow, and they are,
And they can't get out because they
they
can't
can't get
climb
out. Um,
ladders.
and yeah,
They're
they are
ninjas. Get out
ninjas.
of
That is true.
here.
Yeah,
Mutant
but that kind
ninja
of freaked me out. Of like,
alligators.
Ooh, you never know.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, luckily, most normal people don't have to go into the sewer system.
Right,
But I'm thinking, like, I don't know, at least what movies have told me, maybe movies aren't completely accurate,
right.
but
The
like
movies are real.
what they are, the internet isn't completely real. But that people live down in certain sewer systems. Like, it's not all
Mm,
just wet, there's like trails or tunnels or whatever down there, and homeless people are living down there. So can you imagine?
yeah, there's
Like,
whole
not only do you have to
communities.
worry about like disease, obviously, you also have to worry about being eaten alive.
That's right. And then the monster out. What are they called? The Cabo. What is it? The Calabreas. What? Ron, what's the big? What are the monster rats called? Starts with a C.
Monster rats?
The big,
Oh,
huge rats.
no way.
Um,
Capybaras? Those ones?
Capybaras.
Oh,
Yeah,
but they're like so cute. Are those rats?
those are just they're
They look
ginormous rats.
like a big guinea pig to me. Speaking of guinea pigs.
They're sweet
Interesting.
rats. Um,
Capa cabra?
Capybara.
Or chupacabra? Is that what you're
Chupacabra.
thinking of? Like,
Chupacabra. We don't know what we're saying.
this is not
Uh,
Mexico.
I know it's but so yeah, that was all these like urban legends are coming true of don't go in the
Yeah,
sewer. There's alligators down there.
yeah. All these
Boogeymans are
movies
under the
prepared us.
bed.
Like, all these 70s, 80s, 90s horror movies have been preparing
Are
us
there? What
for
do we
real
do?
life.
That's right. The
So,
other thing that's so the other scary things that happen down in the sewers, and this happened in Boston. I don't know, like 10 years ago, 12 years ago. The Fatberg. So, a lot of people do flush down things that they shouldn't flush down the toilets or down, you know,
mm,
diapers, all the oils. Like people will dump, like restaurants will dump their
oh,
grease
they're
spit
fried. Oh, no
from
way.
fried food, or people do that in their sinks,
Yuck. Of
and it collects down in the sewer.
course.
That it in Boston down um, this huge, like ginormous, looks like a big iceberg, but they called it a fatberg. It got released out of the sewer and was floating down the Boston,
No
uh,
way.
the blob. Yeah, it literally was
Oh my
the big
gosh.
fatberg
Crazy. Yeah, it would just find each other and blob up, right?
blob up, and all like great because I work with the wastewater treatment utilities across the country, and it is gross what people do flush down, like
Well, we were
whole
talking
ass adult
last
diapers.
week that adult diapers, so not even like a little baby one, like a huge human adult size
Yeah,
crap. Okay.
and so those collect, and
Yuck.
we'll get with all the fat and all the greases, and just start like globbing up to become a berg, a big
Ugh.
fat berg.
Ugh. Yuck. That's disgusting. We
Glow
were
in the dark
talking,
times.
Kenny and I, the other day on one of our shows, we were talking about how an Air India flight from Toronto to New Delhi had to be grounded because the sewer system inside the plane, or I guess the pipe system, the plumbing system, got completely like clogged up because people keep flushing things that aren't supposed to go down, and especially an airplane toilet. They're doing it. They're finding things like blankets, diapers. Gosh, what else did we say, Ron? Do you remember? Like, just anything and everything. Like, the blanket one really threw me. Like, what are you doing flushing a blanket? Why? What is the
Right.
point of that? Kenny and I were saying though, like, maybe, I don't know, like they ate something, they had an accident all over their seat, it
Throw
was
it
on their
away.
blanket. Yeah, throw it, or clothing. They found a bunch of clothing in there too.
Oh yeah, it is
I
crazy
don't
what
understand.
has to what these our poor um, uh, sewer treatment and wastewater treatment folks have to do. It is like the front
It's
line
disgusting.
of defense
Yeah.
of the shit that like literal,
Yeah,
not just
literally.
literal shit, but like yeah, clothes,
Why?
diapers,
Does a garbage
ugh,
not exist in their house? I don't
so
get it.
much.
I mean, I can see condoms, I can see tampons, okay,
Right,
but, like,
right,
clothing, there's a
clothing
garbage can for
or
that.
baby
Diapers?
diapers. Like it's why are
Yuck.
people flushing down baby
The
diapers down
hole
the
isn't very big, that's the other thing too. It's like,
yeah. I'm like, what toilet is doing that?
the thing as well, like, it's one thing to go to a public bathroom and do that, but, like, if you're doing it at your own house, like you risk it backing up in your own house and you having to deal with it.
Right. Right.
People are just garbage, man. Like I don't
Right. Literal.
understand.
Literal
Yeah, like
garbage.
literal human garbage. Oh well. Okay, well
A
another
fat burn.
great story. I'm glad we had your sober story because those other two. Okay,
I
well I
can't
will.
wait to try those.
Yeah, I know it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna end it on a heartwarming story
Oh,
here.
yes.
I have a very hard stop at 9, so we may even end it 1 minute early today.
Okay,
So
okay.
we'll see. We'll see. We've never been early before, so this should be
Do,
interesting.
do, do.
Let me find it now. Okay, here we go. I love a heartwarming story. I'm trying to do a series of heartwarming stories because most of the stuff I do is doom and gloom. So I'm trying
Yeah,
here.
you usually have like the murder kill.
Yeah, I do. I do. I don't know why. It's weird. I guess it's women or women. Yeah, yeah, women. We love a good murder
Yeah.
story, a documentary. This is why murder podcasts are like crazy right now. Okay, so I guess there is some flooding happening in Pennsylvania right now in Somerset County. It says that one man has had some courageous acts and he helped out some people who are in this flood. So his name is Ethan Todd. He's being recognized for his bravery after he rescued two women trapped in their vehicle as floodwaters surged around them. The dramatic rescue was actually captured on camera too, which, if we have a chance, I will go to the video of it here. The guy's girlfriend was the one taking the video of it. Now, she said that the couple came across the submerged vehicle during Tuesday's afternoon floods, and these floods are significant. Like the car, it's up to the door in floodwater. Without hesitation, Todd rushed into the fast-moving water. He safely reached the stranded vehicle and carried both women to dry ground one by one on his back.
What?
But it didn't stop there. He then waded back in this water. Again, it is flowing fast and it is full of trees and rocks,
Oh
debris,
yeah.
garbage, whatever. He went back to retrieve their purses again, one by one, making sure that they didn't lose their belongings in the chaos.
Oh my gosh.
What an angel, hey? So his girlfriend posted to Facebook. Obviously, you'd be so proud of your boyfriend.
Yeah.
She said that true believers that everything that everything happens for a reason. It was like nothing I've ever seen before. My baby's a hero. So, which is
Oh.
crazy. So it says in this time
So
when
they're
natural disasters bring fear and uncertainty, this guy's selfless act serves as a reminder that everyday heroes are all around us, ready to step up when it matters most. So really, Ron, you're singing
right.
Enrique Iglesias again. Okay,
How
so
funny. Sure.
let me share my screen here. Caught on video.
So you
Okay,
said, here we're talking about, the do we flight or fight? And this guy, he
this
not just
he
he
fought
fights, but it's like he saves.
totally. Can you see my screen here?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's loud. Sorry, hang on.
It was in the rushing water. Crazy.
I wouldn't go in there
I
because
wouldn't
of
even go
what
in
animals
there.
are in
Yeah.
there.
I would be
Yeah,
afraid I
sorry,
would
lady,
get
you're on your own.
stuck. Like,
I'm just gonna fast forward here a little bit. I mean, she looks like a senior, so I can see why she would just be stuck. Granted, why are you driving around when there's a flood instead of
right.
evacuating when you were told to? Look at this guy. What an angel he is. Isn't that
And he's
amazing?
walking.
Yeah.
You would do it for sure, Ron. Hmm.
Would you? I could see that.
Would
Ron
you?
is a nice guy. Ron's a nice guy. I could see that.
You are right. Yeah.
But like, I'm really just wondering why that lady didn't leave when where did she think she was going in her
Right.
vehicle when the water was
When they
up
always say, like,
past the
don't
door?
go across, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, I mean, you always get that person during evacuations, during natural disasters who is like, "I can survive here. I'm not leaving my house."
Look at
You
Ron.
know?
Ron
Yeah, I
pulled out
pulled someone
somebody
out of a
from a
burning
burning
car
car
once. Yeah,
once.
he
You are
said
a
this.
hero,
He told
Ron.
and he didn't get the credit for it. I did hear this story. It's unfortunate. Today, everyone, we're giving Ron the credit.
We're
He
getting
pulled
Ron.
someone
There
from
was
a
no
burning
social media.
car. Ron is a hero. He deserves a Medal of Honor.
Yes, he
Ron
does.
Rigo.
Big
Tell
shout
us
out to Ron.
tell us the story again next time you're on, Ron, because I think it
Yeah.
deserves accolades. I can't remember what episode it was on.
He's like, nah,
Nah. He's like, I don't want the
we'll
accolades.
we'll
I
drag
will
it
bring
out
it
of
up
you.
though multiple times. But yeah, I
Yeah,
just thought that was so sweet.
that was
You
sweet.
know, you never
We
you
don't
never
see it
know. A
as
lot of
much as we
people,
should.
well, that's just it. A lot of people are like fend for themselves, dog eat
Yeah,
dog.
we are
That
such a
was
selfish
totally.
people.
Totally. So this just goes to show that there are still good people out there. I mean,
Yeah.
also let this be a lesson. Like if there's a flood, you're not driving anywhere. Okay,
Right.
you're
Stay.
not getting out of that. So
No.
like
Go
evacuate when they
find
tell
higher
you.
ground.
Have an emergency bag packed already that you can grab and go, especially if you're in a place that's prone. I would imagine that this place in Somerset County is probably prone to flooding because, like, to have that out of nowhere would be shocking.
Right.
Just be prepared. Like where you guys are, you're often hit with the backlash of the hurricane, right? Like last
That's right.
September, right? Things were
Yeah.
down for days.
Down
So
for days.
yeah, I know my cousin was up here and she's like, I don't want to go back. Like there's no electricity at home. There's, no air conditioning. It's hot in September. So she's like, I'm just gonna stay in Canada for a little while.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I don't blame
I
you.
would have
Her
totally been
her
there.
her mom and mom's house like had no power for days. Like,
Yeah. We were out for 2 weeks.
oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So what'd you do? Were you told to evacuate or just like hunker
No,
down?
we just camped, kind of like camped in your house. I
Wild.
was running around. The biggest thing was we couldn't find ice anywhere. I think that
Yeah,
was
of course.
tried to cook everything we could. The first,
Hmm.
like, emptied out our refrigerator,
Hmm.
and then yeah, I think like us, our neighbors, our neighbor on our street, we only had one neighbor that had a generator, and
Oh
they were
wow.
using it to keep their refrigerator and freezer. So whatever we couldn't, cook, we threw it in their freezer, and yeah,
Wow.
I should have. Then I was like, should we get a generator?
Hmm.
Trying to
Not the worst
contemplate of
idea.
that.
Not the worst
Uh,
idea.
yeah, and then the biggest thing, like the the cold showers were just, whew,
I can
2
imagine.
weeks of no hot water.
I probably just hose bath it,
It
just
was
wash what I need to wash, and
it was
that's
awful,
it.
but like, oh well, this is supposed to be good for you. The cold showers.
That's true.
I think
Good for inflammation.
that was the first thing I did when the power came on.
Yeah,
Is I
hot
took like a 30
shower.
minute hot shower.
Totally.
Yeah,
Hilarious.
I don't know how people do the cold plunges
No, I
because
know it's awful. I hate it.
mm-mm,
But
that's not for
anyways,
me.
that is it for today, everybody. I
Okay.
hope you enjoyed our show. We are right at 9 o'clock here, so we have to get off. But tomorrow we are off. It's Friday. Join us back here on Saturday with Ira and Lena. And Monday, I think we're going to be off on Monday, maybe, unless somebody does the show with Ron. Unfortunately, I am camping, so I am not in cell service on Monday to do the show. But we might be here Monday, we might not. If not, Tuesday, we will for sure be back at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. Mountain Time. All right. Well, have a great day, everybody, and we will see you again next week.